For those of you who don't know me, my name is Michael Smith. I am Peter's younger brother. So, good looking brother. All right. So, from the first time that I met Beth, it became pretty obvious to me that Peter had met his match, and that this day today was going to be on the horizon. During that first day that I met Beth, it was Christmas, I don't know, a year and a half ago, and Beth played with us during that day. She played basketball with us and board games until 2 a.m. the next morning. And in that day, in that whole entire day of games that we played, I think she tied Peter in games 4, maybe 5 times. And pretty good, Beth. Now, ties are not something that were okay when I grew up with Peter. Generally, what happened with ties is we'd have to come up with some sort of way to break the tie or to resolve the tie break. So, like a game of air basketball. Now let me explain air basketball to you. Don't think along the lines of air hockey, where there's an actual physical table, a puck, and little paddles that you use. Think more like air guitar. Imaginary ball, imaginary hoop, and in Peter's case, he had imaginary skills. The only way to win a game of air basketball was to A, convince the other person that you had the ball, and B, you had to convince the other person that you made the shot. And as you can imagine, this usually ended in an argument because Peter is pretty, or can be pretty, I don't know, what's the word for it? Strong? Obstinate? Yeah, that's a good word for it. So, in one specific case I can think of when Mark Phillip was over, I think he was fearfully contemplating what emergency service he would have to call first after the argument ensued. So now, going back to that day when I met Beth, when she tied Peter all of those times, she teased him. And she teased him in a British accent. And I flash back in that moment to my childhood of all of those times when similar behavior usually ended up with Peter and I fighting. So I'm thinking, no, Beth. No. And this is a year and a half ago. So usually what happens when this happens, Beth, we let Peter win or slow play a little bit so he's not sour the rest of the night. And this is why we play games until 2 a.m. because eventually Peter has to win. So while Beth kept pestering Peter, I thought he would outbreak in a geyser of anger. However, he was strangely okay with it. Yes, he was baffled how he couldn't outright win and probably suspected foul play, which I'm not gonna lie, I kind of suspected foul play too, Beth. But not only was Peter okay with it, I saw my brother looking lovingly back at Beth. And in that moment, from the first time I met Beth, it was clear to me the place that Peter had for Beth in his heart. So would everyone take a minute and just raise your glasses for a toast? To Peter and Beth. May your love together grow in all the wins, losses, and ties in life.